All right, guys, we're going to get started on our Reading Interactive Notebook. So if you would please grab your Reading Interactive Notebook and your plastic snap close envelope so we can get some pages out of there. I'm going to go grab the camera and I'll meet you over there. Okay. All right, so we've got our reading and grammar, and then in here, we should have this page. You might have to tear it off another page, but you have two. A blue one that says 4 color answers and this red one that has these questions, okay? All right, then we can put this, snap it closed, put that out of the way. All right, and then we're just gonna do a simple cut, okay? We don't need to have anything cut out separately, so I'm not gonna put any music on because I think you can do it fairly quickly. We're just going to cut around the outside, just around the outside here, and around the outside on this side. Okay, so that you have 4 or 5 right there. And then if you want, you can cut down your blue story, but you don't have to. It should fit in your book just fine. But if you want to cut it, you certainly may. Trim it up a bit. Okay, so we've got these two. And I'm going to go get our notebook. And we're going to be in reading. So go to your reading section. And all the way back here, the last one we did was write the answer. All right, we're just going to turn that page and we're going to glue in the blue story. All right, blue story. Okay. Okay, and we're going to glue these questions on this side. All right, and then you're going to roll down your glue, snap that on. Okay, so what we're going to do before we start, you're going to need to find these supplies. You need a red crayon or red colored pencil, a blue crayon or blue colored pencil, a green crayon or green colored pencil, an orange crayon or an orange colored pencil, and a purple. You need all of these, purple crayon or purple colored pencil. So if you grab all of those things real quick. I'll just wait a few minutes. I know you're going to grab that. I will make sure I have mine ready to go as well. Hoping mine's gonna. If I don't have crayons necessarily with me. I do have some colored pencils though. Let's see if I can get enough to do those colors. Okay, I see red. I need blue. And I need green. And I need orange. And I need purple. Okay. Clean up my mess really quick. Okay. So I have a red a blue, a green, an orange, and a purple. Red, blue, yellow, green, and purple, and orange and purple. Okay, so put those down, and we're going to read the story first. That's our first thing we're going to do. All right. Caleb slept through his alarm and quickly got ready for school. There was no time to eat breakfast. He rushed out the door so fast that he left his science homework on his desk in his room. Since he didn't have his homework, Caleb's teacher had him sit against the wall while the rest of the class had recess. Not only was Caleb constantly coughing and sneezing, but he ran into even more bad luck on his way home. The wind was so strong that it knocked his hat right off his head and into a puddle. After that, a biker who was traveling super fast sped right by Caleb and knocked him off his feet. He grabbed his hat and sighed. Nothing was going right for Caleb today. When he got home and opened the door, his puppy Max ran toward him and Caleb smiled. He quickly changed out of his wet clothes and took some cold medicine that his mom gave him. The rest of the evening was spent cuddling with Max. It was a great ending to a terrible day. All right, so first one, grab your red. And it says, why didn't Caleb get recess? Okay, do you remember why Caleb didn't get recess? What was it that he didn't do? Okay, we're going to look through here. I see it right here. Let's see. Okay, since he didn't have his homework, Caleb's teacher had him sit against the wall at recess. So, since he didn't have his homework. Okay, that's all we need to do with the red. Now we need to grab the blue. And the question says, underline the answer in blue. What happened to Caleb's hat? Okay, Caleb's hat. All right, after a biker was traveling, okay. Grabbed his hat. All right. The strong one was so strong that it knocked his hat right off his head. It says, what happened to Caleb's hat? And into a puddle. All right. Knocked it into a puddle. Okay. The next one is, oh, I didn't find it, did I? Oh, I did. Okay. The next one is green. So let's find our green. Green says, who is Max? Okay. When he got home and opened the door, his puppy, Max, ran towards him. So his puppy's name is Max. All right. Now we're going to get orange. Number 4 says, why did Caleb have to rush to get ready? Underline the answer in orange. Why did Caleb have to rush to get ready? Okay. Caleb slept through his alarm and quickly got ready for school. There was no time to eat breakfast. He rushed out the door so fast that he left his science homework on his desk in his room. Why did Caleb have to rush to get ready? Okay, it's because he slept through his alarm. Okay, can't really tell the difference between the orange and the red, but it's slight. Okay, then it says, how did Caleb spend his evening? When he got home and opened the door, his puppy Max ran toward him and Caleb smiled. He quickly changed out of his wet clothes and took some cold medicine that his mom gave him. The rest of the evening was spent cuddling with Max. It was a great ending to a terrible day. Oh my goodness. So what we're looking for is underline the amount in purple. How did Caleb spend his evening? Underline the answer in purple. All right. So when he got home and opened the door, his puppy smiled at him and ran toward him. Caleb smiled. He quickly changed out of his wet clothes and took some cold medicine that his mom gave him. The rest of the evening was spent cuddling with Max. It was a great ending to a terrible day. Okay. Spend his evenings. Okay. Okay. Spent cuddling with Max. Okay. Did you get that? Oh, can you see that? Okay, guys. Oopsie, sorry. Let me get that down there. The rest of the evening was spent at cuddling with Max. All right, so just to double check. Why didn't Caleb get dressed? We marked in red. He didn't, no. Why didn't Caleb get recess, not dressed? Because he didn't have his homework. What happened to Caleb's hat? It knocked it off his head and into a puddle. The wind knocked it off his head and into a puddle. Okay. And then green, who is Max? And we said Max is his puppy. And how does he spend his evening? Well, this one he let's see, how did Caleb do it? So he spent the time cuddling with his dog Max the rest of the weekend. All right, so that should be everything on that one. And then tomorrow we'll do the last activity, which is the story. So we'll get to that together. Okay. All right, so I'm going to be making our read aloud, and then I'm going to be working on our social studies and science workbook. So no grammar, remember. On Wednesdays we don't do grammar, but we switch for social studies and science. All right, guys, well, I will see you in social studies and science.